started here. The warm-up phase has kicked off, and the match is about to start. So welcome to the stream. If you haven't watched before, I'm General T. I'm a member of Esprit de Corps, but obviously I'm just casting today. And we've got a good matchup here between ESPT and EG, stands for Eastern Group, a Russian team. We've got a 49v49 friendly scrim on Purple Heart Lane. And just so you're aware, there's a 20-minute delay on the stream. So if you're trying to chat with me and get my attention in chat, I'll get it. It's just going to be a little late. So it should be a good matchup. I have to say I'm a little glad to be casting this one rather than playing in it. Purple Heart Lane Night is a tough match. So, or tough map, I should say. Let's see. We've got the center point is Geralt Pillbox, and then sort of a diagonal for each team for the fourth point, Madeline Bridge and Duve Bridge, and then a direct line for on the Esprit side to Road to Carentan, and then a big transition over to Bloody Bend. So this would be a challenging to make the transition from Duve to Bloody if Esprit is able to capture Pillbox off the start. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on over to the center area here and get ourselves situated. Esprit is playing as Axis, and EG is playing as Allies. Got an early supply drop from Esprit coming down. And from EG, both doing the exact same thing, dropping a defensive supply drop on their second point. The teams are away, and I'm hearing a round off the bat, which is likely an arty snipe. Let's go see if that's landing. Oh, a truck snipe maybe, or an attempted truck snipe from EG. Doesn't seem to have connected. Yeah, I'm not seeing any combat score 50. It's pretty. Oh, maybe something did connect. Okay. Oh, a submerged truck almost takes a round, or does take a round. Oh, it does. That truck is just totally destroyed. Whoever was in that from Esprit is gone. That's going to be painful on the opener for Esprit de Corps. Looks like a tank got that from EG. Don't know who that was. Fortunately, can't find that out without missing the action here. Might have been that Stewart coming up, potentially. But EG is, I think, partly, in large part because of that truck taken out, is really well positioned to take this point here. Esprit de Corps is starting to show up here, but let me see if I'll turn the names on. I thought I had those saved from last time and get those a little further out here in a minute. EG almost has it to half cap. They've got a Stewart in the point. Looks like they got a spawn up there. Yeah, there's an outpost, three outposts there behind the Stewart. One behind the Stewart, one behind the truck, one behind the building there. Esprit is in a rough position. We got a Esprit de Corps Easy 4 coming up, and there's a Luke's, it looks like, which is playing aggressively. Let's see who's in this Luke's here. Let's see over here. Ares, Preston, and Priest clearing off that side. And EG is about to get the center cap. And Esprit's going to have to reset here. Tanks are pretty much the only thing able to be effective on target than arty right now, because infantry is got to run up these open corridors here. That was a pretty rough opening from Esprit. And pretty good counter opening work for EG, who does take the point. That P4 goes down. It looked like from a rocket. Oh, the Lukes went down. Excuse me, the Lukes went down from the rocket. P4 is still up. Alright, I'm going to take a second and adjust my settings here. Reset. There we go. Let's see everybody's names. Alright, so Esprit's going to keep trying to push the front door. That's all they can really do. And let's zoom around and take a look at what else going on. Okay, Priest, who was in the Lukes and Ares, I've gone infantry. So I'm guessing Esprit is low on fuel. They are 150 fuel. And let's zoom out here and see what we can see. So that P4 is going to need to stay alive. Let's go take a look, see if we can't spot where EG's armor is hanging out. Okay, there we go. We've got a Sherman over here. Looks like taking a defensive position. Let's take a look and see what this Sherman can see. It's guarding a garrison. It's a fully crewed Sherman. Doesn't look like those tanks are going to be able to engage each other from right here. And a little bit of pressure going to start to develop here from EG on the 4th point on Madeline Bridge. Not anything threatening yet, but they're starting to push out and spread out down the road. That's Esprit de Corps artillery just hammering the point. Looks like EG already is landing on that garrison or outpost wherever Clown-Faced and Broken and all them are at. Let's go take a look there. That's starting to be pretty accurate here. But that gun to the left needs to adjust fire for EG. It's shooting behind the advance of Esprit. Takahara, tip of the spear right now. Let's see what you got, Taka. Oh, that was a good arty blast from Esprit. Oh, there's still that spawn, map spawn steward is still alive. Taka goes down. Let's see if this is fully crewed. Yeah, it's a 3-man crew. Still got that high concentration of outposts up behind the building there, which, oh, devastating arty blast. If you're not by any chance familiar with how this map plays, it's an artilleryman's dream. Okay, Esprit is starting to establish themselves right on the perimeter of the strong point. In fact, they're in the strong... 2 players in the strong point, so they're starting to make some ground. Oh, that tank blast from that Sherman is absolutely brutal. You know, there's just these really well-defined lanes here that are very difficult to get out of because otherwise you're in an open field, and so that makes long-distance HE splash from tanks, if they can get a position like that Sherman, really effective. And then, of course, artillery just has a field day. So I expect we're in for a long slog here on this point. Then on the other end of this is allies capping this first, and you just sort of, as an armor player, you just sort of sit and farm on the other side. It's just as hard as it is to push up, it's also difficult to push out. I will say, though, Esprit is making some pretty good headway getting close here. I'm not sure what's going on with the artillery, that they're not taking them out. I don't want to leave this and miss potential cap pressure, but I do want to go see if what's going on with Artie here in a moment. Got a repair station going up. That's an interesting spot for one. Looks like that PZ4 is still up. And another 3 minutes before the Spree will have a heavy up. Spotted a heavy yet from EG. It might be on the way. There we go. There it is. That's a 76 rolling up. My eyes don't deceive me. Yes, it is. There's a 76. Okay. And that 76 likely cannot see that P4. If that P4 pushes out, though, past that opening, they'll be in trouble. They're about at the edge of where they can stay safely. And they'll likely know a 76 is coming up soon, but they're not going to have eyes on it. Curious if Mac is able to get an outpost up here. He is. There is an outpost up there. That's a good outpost for Mac. Of course, it's going to be an Artie target. Not going to land short. Alright, a little bit of a stall out here from a Spree. I'm going to venture on over to this roadside area and take a look at what's going on over here, and then we'll do a quick run over to each team's artillery and see how that's faring. Alright, looks like a Spree is able to push up here on this edge. We've got some wide flank plays here. Too much going on here. Alright, let's go take a look over at EG's artillery, and then we'll do the same over at the Spree Corps and see how that's faring. So lost recon player for Spree. Looks like only 2 guns up right now for EG, and some pretty bare bones artillery defense. Looks like Spree is attempting a rocket snipe, but is missing. Lost takes down one of the guns, so now only 1 gun up. This is a pretty sparse artillery defense. This is likely easy to be taken down with just a sniper here, or a spotter. Okay, that rocket would have landed, but lost. Oh, it took out the OP, which is helpful. Excuse me. So, not seeing any artillery defense players from EG, just artillerymen, and very low on the barricades. This strikes me as a pretty significant strategic mistake. You know, artillery is king in Purple Heart Lane. Let's just check the map real quick again. Alright, looks like a Spree is able to make the rocket snipe. It's coming up short, or wouldn't be effective because of the wall. Doesn't matter, there's no one there. Alright, we'll leave Lost to his business. And I did notice that the point was starting to flash, so let's go take a look at that, and then we'll go check out a Spree's artillery setup here in a minute, but I don't want to miss the action here. So for the quick camera work, I want to get back there quickly. Alright, looks like that repair station got destroyed. Yeah, I was wondering about that. It was a little exposed. That map P4 is still up. Spree is starting to get a toehold in here, and they seem to have been able to clear out the infantry behind. Oh man, that 76 wants that P4 so bad, but he's just behind cover. Crescent's out healing. And Spree has enough for a Panther. I'm not seeing one on the map. Oh, there it is. Yep, there is one. Coming up here. Okay. So it looks like they swapped out who was in that tank. Or that's at some point. Alright, those outposts have moved. Looks like they've shifted here behind the bridge. Interesting to watch. Artillery is just pounding here. And I think that's probably what's keeping Esprit in the fight here. Esprit is starting to get cap pressure. They have almost pushed EG. Actually, I think they have entirely pushed EG, minus these guys spawning in right here, out of the strong point. And so Esprit is starting to get some cap pressure and run with it. Nothing is going to be able to kill that Stewart very easily right now, because anything that would get in position to do that is going to be vulnerable to the 76. Unless someone like in Hilly's position is able to BAT, then we could maybe see it. But it's hard to stay alive, as you can see in that spot right there. It's very exposed. Okay, Champ is coming up here. He's going to try. Let's see if Champ can get a rocket in. Panzerschreck can front pen a Stewart, but obviously as soon as you shoot that first rocket, the Stewie knows where you are. So let's see, he's probably going to try. I think that's what he's aiming for. No, he's got his rifle out. He's not paying attention to the Stewart. No, I bet she's wishing he did. Stewart takes him out. All right, so we've got 2 outposts right here. I'm gonna go Texas. Sorry, Texas, not personal. Okay, EG artillery is starting to hammer, so it looks like they got those guns back up, and that's going to stall out the attack for now. Let's see, looks like Lost got wiped there, or not wiped, but taken out. So once Esprit's recon team can get in place, that'll start to make this a little more possible, but for now it's going to be a grind to get the point. It's doable, but it's a tall order. It's a painful order. You see, each time a spawn wave comes in, it just dies immediately. This is a meat grinder. Oh my goodness. I do not envy the infantry players on this. Look at that, Artie. Okay, that Stewart finally goes down. I'm going to guess that was the Panther just on positioning that took that out. Not sure why that Stewart decided to keep that angle. Got a big flood of EG players coming in. Looks like a spawn just went down there. I think that P4 took out an outpost. Esprit still able to put some pressure on. Esprit has got a pretty good presence in the strong point. Let's take a look here and go venture over. Interesting positioning from the 76. Oh, he's on the move. He just doesn't value cover. I'm not sure why he needs to be shooting from such an exposed position. I think we got an AT gun here. And if I had to bet here, I'm going to say that Esprit's going to take it here. EG's been thoroughly pushed back, and at this point, this is looking like Esprit's going to take it. As long as that Artie can keep landing and snuffing out those OP spawns. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh, and we lost a tank here. Looks like that P4 finally died. Had a good life. Not sure what took it out. Oh, no, it didn't. That was the repair station. P4 is still alive. It's got to be low on ammo. Alright. Esprit de Corps about 3/4 through the recap here. If you're just joining us, EG was successful in the opening cap. They really well dominated that opening cap. Got a pretty devastating truck snipe, and also were just in good position overall. And so Esprit has been playing from behind the 8-ball here, but has been steady. EG has not ever threatened, or not yet threatened the 4th point. Esprit's defense is held, and the attack has been pretty steady. And there we go. Cap from Esprit. Now we've switched the lead. Esprit now has a 3-2 lead, and EG is going to be on their back foot for a little bit. So let's take a moment here. Well, we've got a little bit of a break in the action, and I want to go check out what's going on to Esprit's artillery. EG with very, very sparse bare bones artillery defense, and only 2 guns firing last we checked. Sparse artillery defense in terms of buildables, and also in terms of Arty defense players. Very, very different story from Esprit de Corps. Look at that. That's a proper artillery defense. We've got multiple Belgian gates up to prevent tank snipes, and I don't think that EG is tank sniping that I can see. But I don't think they could do it very well, even if they tried. 2 guns up, so Esprit either by choice or by necessity going with 2 out of 3 guns. There we go. Mole is an artillery player, so I'm guessing he just got sniped off. And then we've got some artillery defense players there, Joe and Ford. And then some tankers here who are working to get into something that's not spawned yet. All right, so looks like Esprit's got this decently well under control and is able to have an artillery advantage in terms of guns, unless something's changed for EG. Let's head back over to the point and see what's going on. All right, so EG is thoroughly pushed back, although Esprit does not really have much by way of strongpoint pressure. There's a little bit, but just seeing there's a garrison right on the strongpoint there, so maybe some players waiting to spawn in. Esprit is playing wide. Looks like they're trying to make a transition to Douve Bridge. And right now, EG is content to hold this bridge. They don't seem to be mounting any sort of attack, which is good news for Esprit, because they're a little light in the strong point. But you don't really have to be in the strong point, as long as you can deny the enemy the chance to get there. And in this situation, this setup makes sense, because they got to charge across an open field. Alright, let's transition over to where the action seems to be happening, which is a fight over Douve Bridge. Looks like Champ over there has got a nice toehold. And artillery fire from EG is starting to shift defensively. Check the map here. Looks like Lost and Knowles are a little pushed back, so unless Esprit's rocket sniping or tank sniping, and I'm not observing that, then that Arty should be firing unencumbered. Okay, interesting to see how much EG is committing out here to this eastern side. This is a real mismatch in terms of numbers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, one just died versus 4, and it was 7 before that. So EG is committing more numbers out to this flank, and I doubt Esprit is trying to do much other than just hold them there and then keep them busy enough to allow a front door push to occur. Hitman Alex goes down to a Arty strike. So that's some smoke coming in. Striker's calling that in. Wouldn't be surprised if that was maybe an airhead call in. Maybe that's some pre-airhead smoke. I'm sure they really need that, though, considering that there's a garrison right there. Striker goes down. There was an AT gun that got destroyed. Then VG and Alex pushing up again. Esprit is surprisingly quick on the front door attack here after capping the midpoint. This is we've got some significant advancement from Dash 30, Nothing Too Fancy, and High Speed, able to make it across the field. And Esprit is looking very strong in the strong point now. This is a pretty solid position for Esprit. I'm wondering if that might be a defensive smoke from EG to block the view of the Panther. I could be mistaken, but that might make a little more sense because I'm not seeing an airhead come down, nor would I think one would be in that spot. Wouldn't make a lot of sense. Alright, the front door attack has slowed down a little bit from Esprit. Maybe they're waiting for a spawn wave or two to come in. But this, yeah, there we go. So this slow and steady approach is going to work eventually. Just watching a steady advance from Esprit de Corps. Every few minutes, they're gaining a little more ground. Let's just take a look at this flank here. Still, this is true even on this side. Looks like Lost is coming back. We've got a tank over here. That looks like a light tank of some sort. Yeah, it's a Greyhound. Lost is coming back in here. Gonna try to snuff out their spawn. They've got a garrison here. And let's see if Lost is able to make it up in time. It'll be going red here real soon, so they're gonna know that he's on it. I'm gonna zoom around to the other side so we can watch the... Oh, big spawn wave. Ooh, Lost goes down, but he definitely knows where the garrison is. Alright, let's flip around to the other side so we can see this and get a view of the point view all in one. Alright, that spawn wave was well timed for EG, but that garrison location is known, and I'll be interested to see if Lost keeps coming back for that. We see just one sniper from Esprit right now, currently working on artillery, so I'm going to guess Esprit is relying on rocket snipes. Let's see what went down here on the Esprit side of things. That was a Panther. That's costly. I didn't see yet what took it out. I didn't catch that. Esprit continuing to push into the strong point here for Duve Bridge, or right next to it at least. They're starting to snuff out this eastern side, and they're gonna, if they can get this courtyard well controlled. There's a garrison for EG right in Solus's view, who's camping it. He's throwing a nade here. They did get a spawn wave in. If this garrison goes down, it'll be pretty painful for EG. Solus is going to make the run. There was one more player he didn't account for. He got taken out, but that garrison is surely marked. And I would imagine its days are numbered. Excel goes down to a grenade. Esprit not committing a ton of resources to this side of things right now. I would imagine if an extra squad was thrown into the fight here, if they could spare them from somewhere, that would likely make the difference and take that garrison down and crack this open. But for now, EG is able to push back up. That's a pretty significant spawn wave. And now Esprit is going to have to play more defensively to snuff out that counterattack. Esprit de Corps Panther is still up here and playing pretty defensively, just sort of peeking past that Belgian gate occasionally. Let's see, that's Ares, Cruston, and Priest backing up here. And at this point, let's zoom over here and just take a look. Esprit has fully made it across the river and has pushed back any chance of a counterattack on the midpoint from EG. KO, I hear you, or I see you asking in the chat who EG is. I know you won't hear this for another 20 minutes because of the delay, but EG stands for Eastern Group. They're a Russian alliance of Belarus teams. If Esprit can push across the bridge here, then they can really start to wrap. This is good progress, though, to even make it across this open field. Alright, I want to go find where the EG tanks are hanging out. Let's just spot an AT gun there. Yep, AT gun with a garrison. And let's I'm gonna just do some quick scanning. Sorry for the fast camera work. There we go. There it is. There's the 76. Okay, and while we were away, it looks like Esprit did break through there. I don't know if that garrison is yet destroyed. That 76 is going to do some area denial here. Let's take a look. Yeah, that garrison did go down while we were away. And Now Esprit is going to need to take out that 76. But the Esprit players can advance on the right side of this building here, out of the view of the 76. Let's see if there's any other armor. We've got 2 Panthers coming up here for Esprit. We'll see if they try and do a 2-tank push down the road to break open this point. They honestly might not even need to. Okay, and we've got a medium on the right here, a Sherman, which is, of course, a one-tap shot from the Panthers, so not much of a threat in terms of armor, but excellent anti-infantry capacity with HE shells. And the often underutilized and underappreciated capacity of the medium Sherman to shoot smoke rounds. EG is able to get another bit of a foothold there. Big satchel on that building. Oh, we've got a precision strike coming in. I think that 76 is going to start to move. Oh, too late. Good game. Wow. Rip to that 76. That was a great hit on the move by Stryker. And that's always a team effort when a precision strike comes in, because it's usually a infantryman who relays it up to his squad leader who relays it up to the commander to confirm that. So that's a team effort right there. And with that 76 done, you can immediately see that Panther start to move up down the road, get a little more aggressive. Let's swing out here and get a more side-by-side view. And that medium Sherman is still up. And I think I spotted an... Is that... No, it's a cart. I thought that was an AT gun. Alright, that medium Sherman just caught a round in the turret. Maybe from AT. No, that's from the Panther. Sherman's going to back up. Although, despite that 76 going down, EG is really able to reestablish here. Infantry seems to have been wiped a little bit from Esprit's side. Good reaction from EG to not give up the point here after losing that 76. That was a dangerous moment, and they seem to have caught themselves before they stumbled. I'm gonna just see here. I thought I saw some EG players spawning in behind this building. Let's see if we can't locate an outpost. Yeah, there it is, right on that dock for reference. That's really keeping them in the fight. They really need presence on this. The only presence they have on this side of the river in this area. They might have some. Yeah, they do have some on this side here further back, but relative to the strong point, that's their saving grace. If that OP were to go down, they'd be in trouble. But if that OP and that squad can stay up long enough to get another piece of armor in the fight, or get another squad across the river somehow, or maybe even build a garrison here, they'll be able to stay pretty well dug in. And that OP goes down from Rupert. And EG Smoker, who was the squad lead, goes down. So right as I said that, you're going to watch Esprit start to get some cap pressure here, I think, in the next few minutes, barring something significantly unforeseen. Rupert decides to go for a swim. Well, Rupert, next time I'd recommend floaties. All right, let's zoom out here and get a sense of the big picture view. And there we go. As predicted, Esprit de Corps is starting to get some cap pressure. We'll zoom back in and see what we can see here. We've got a pretty wounded Panther on the road, and the other Panther has shifted off where Chimponium is. Panther is being healed, or are they just sitting there? Wow, that's in rough shape. All three are in there. No repair stations, no one out to repair. And no cover. That is in a precarious spot. Some concealment with the smoke, but yeah, they're backing off. Yeah, that makes sense. Doing a 360. Is there a threat behind them? Not sure why they're showing their rear armor here. I don't see anything here that would be threatening them, but I know more than they do, unfortunately, for their sake, because I can see the admin cam, so they are not dealing with all the information we've got here up in admin cam. Oh, Panther. I see what they're doing. They're moving off to get behind that courtyard to heal. All right. EG was able to stabilize the point. At some point, that medium Sherman died. They didn't catch that. I would imagine the Panther killed it. Artillery just hammering the point. Spree artillery is devastating. And I'm not seeing a frontline garrison for Esprit, which I think is probably the missing ingredient here to start pouring in more manpower. But Esprit did successfully clear EG off this side of the river relative to the strong point. Obviously, you've got a couple of players up there who are getting hit by that Panther at the top right of the screen. Champ is able to make it across the river. Let's follow the hero's journey here, huh? Champ with the player infantry squad lead on either side. Let's see who he's targeting. Let's zoom out here. I'm gonna just move quickly here and get a sense of things. Quick spin there. All right. Champ's got someone behind him. He goes down. It's a great valiant effort. Let's take a look at the map here. Looks like we've got lost backup, probably harassing Artie. Not seeing the OPs pinging for Esprit, so they're likely firing unencumbered. And based on the rate of rounds we're seeing coming in, that tracks. That Panther from Esprit is really holding down the edge there. They're still pretty wounded. Ares hops out, I'm assuming. He's running forward. He's probably going to die from that support player. I'm not sure what Ares is doing. Yeah, he does die. Is there EG armor out here that we're not seeing? Takahara is dead. Not sure what got him. And there was a garrison over on the other side here a while ago that is since been taken out. So it's not sure where these EG players are spawning in from. Let's zoom out here and see if we can't catch that spawn when that comes in. So right now it's looking like Esprit has got pretty commanding control of this flank here on the left. Alright, no spawn wave that I'm seeing here coming from EG, so looks like Esprit is... Okay, there it is. Dead center here. But that's still on the other side of the river, so that's not... Is that an outpost just in the... Okay, that's a choice. Alright, well, that's not going to be much of a threat. As you can see, they all spawned in and basically just got dropped by soloists, so that right there is why you don't build outposts in the middle of ponds. That's going to get camped by soloists. He's going to farm that. Well, we all make choices sometimes. Soloist goes down. I think my snark might have killed you, Soloist. I'm gonna take the L on your behalf for that one. All right, that Sap has healed up that Panther. He's had a long journey to health, and we're really glad to see your recovery, Panther crew. We've been rooting for you. Ares is coming back to try and get back in his Panther. He goes down. His fellow tank commander, I feel his pain intimately. It's always a pain when you jump out to try and spot something and get shot and then spend the next 5 minutes trying to run up from the closest spawn. Just not a lot of close spawns for Esprit. Pretty good garrison network. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 garrisons, but still no frontline Gary on the attack. And I really think that's what's keeping them from breaking open this point. That Panther is the furthest forward element, and he's out there without infantry support. Not sure if he's going on the attack or just trying to get out of there somehow? So he's on the other side of the river, so in order for him to get back, he's, I believe, needs to take the bridge. He's in a bit of a tricky spot. EG was able to reestablish here. Rupert's behind the lines there. Maybe he's getting a spawn up. Yeah, he does have a spawn up there. That's his M squad. That's his outpost. That Panther is really overextended. Not by choice, but by circumstance, because the infantry just simply got wiped. It was a good position when they got there. They just were able to stay alive longer than the infantry. And there's still a two-man crew. Priest and Barrel and Cruston. Ares has got a long run because of that lack of frontline garrison to get back to his crew. All right, let's take a look here over at the left. Looks like we've got a supply drop coming in from EG. Gonna try and reestablish a garrison. And something went down over there. Let's take a look at what that was. I believe there was previously an AT gun in that vicinity. That might be what went down. Yeah. Yep, the second of two AT guns destroyed. Not sure what killed it. And we've got a Panther in trouble reversing, but I'm guessing he took a round from that AT gun, and given that it blew up, he clearly won that duel. So he's going to pull back and repair. I'm going to guess that's Crowd, Jimbo, and 3. Let's go find out. No, Raber's Arcadian and Jawbreaker. Haven't seen where Crowd's tank is. Oh, they're coming up right now. They're on their way back. But Panther is going to pretty much single-handedly be able to keep that infantry suppressed there, backing up to heal. All right, let's go take a look over at the fourth point here. Oh, it flashed for just a second there, and now Esprit is starting to get in there. Looks like we've got an outpost reestablished behind that building, and Vici and Excel are getting close. Let's spot where that outpost is. Thought I saw someone spawn in there. Was I mistaken? Excel's coming in, doing some cleanup work. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe someone was just loading in there, just rendering. Don't see any spawns here, so Esprit is starting to take this. Doc has thrown a nade out. Excel has got himself in a good position. Yeah, that OP is pretty solidly placed. Excel's pushing across the bridge, followed by Taka. Excel goes down. This is a really tough. Taka goes down. This is a tough transition to make. Gonna need some arty smoke likely and some HE rounds combined to make this happen. In the meantime, Rupert's squad has really started to threaten the backside of the point. They made it across the river, and Rupert's got his OP up. It's an aggressive OP, so if they don't defend it, it won't stay long live. And EG has clearly sensed that threat and is trying to snuff out that OP to end that. And then we've got another squad out here, which is behind as well. Big spawn wave from Esprit here. Taka looks like he jumped squads. Nothing too fancy is alive. Taka went down instantly, but that OP is likely to get burned here. So EG players have spotted it, almost certainly. Mac here is beelining it for it. I think we're going to watch that OP go down. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, we got a spawn wave in that was locked in. Solus dies, Champ's alive, but the OP is wiped. I don't see Rupert still alive, so it looks like that squad is going to be reset. And it's going to be up to Dash, Digi at high speed, and Nothing, who swaps over to the other squad to try and press from the other side. Champ and Mac didn't see each other, going in opposite directions. Ooh, good arty blast. And Esprit is pushed up. They have full control of this side of the river. Let's just take a look at the other side. Okay, just as I say that, there are some kind of pro players, Cowboy and Ketnez, who are the only EG presence on the other side of the river. Oh, Kaplan. Okay, so is there a garrison there, or is that a outpost? Let's see how big of a threat this is. Oh, it's a garrison. Okay, so there's a E.G. Gary, and it is relatively marked by that infantry mark from Esprit, so they have a sense that it's there. So if E.G. were to overload that Gary, well, not overload it, but send maybe a full squad through there, they could maybe start to make some pressure of clearing out the point. But they just might not have the resources to do that right now. And Esprit is starting to push through. There's a bombing run that comes through for EG. Defensive bombing run doesn't look like it got much, but it was enough to stall the attack. And EG is pushing back. All right, big spawn wave in on, well, big. 3 people spawning in on Excel's OP here, and that's enough to restart the cap for our Spree. Let's take a look here. Looks like Lost has probably got that already down for EG's arty guns. Probably not able to fire as much. Okay, we've got a good combined arms push going here. Panther's pulling up with another Panther who's wounded behind it. It's going to be tough for EG to deal with 2 Panthers pushing up. Be curious to see if the Panthers lead the way and go across the bridge, or if they are content to stay on this side of things. EG is in some real trouble here. This attack from the other side of the river here with Broken, Fuzzy, and Clownface is starting to push through. High-speed dash and Nothing and Digi starting to wrap. Okay, looks like we've spotted where the garrison likely is, and that arty blast just has it dialed. Clownface, I'm sure, has visual and is calling in that arty. He's going to push up in coordination and take it out. Oh, it's just an outpost. Oof. Clownface got to play it safe here. He's getting close to his own arty. Okay, there's the garrison. There's the garrison. Clownface surely has visual on it. Esprit de Corps with a 3/4 cap here. Clownface, I believe, was just team killed by his own arty, but he was within the margin of error, so that's just the danger of that. But I don't think it's going to matter. That arty has been devastating. This combined arms push has been very effective. We've got a Esprit de Corps airhead, which I don't think they need, coming in here. And I would be a little surprised if anybody spotted it from, or was in position to do anything. Okay, EG got pretty lucky here with that last wave on that garrison, which just got wiped. And so they were able to spawn in on that locked spot, and now they're going to disperse. So they actually are in decent position to at least keep a good fight going here, because Esprit is kind of... Okay, there we go. I was going to say they're kind of thinned out on the other side of the river. That airhead is spawnable. Okay, big spawn wave. And I don't see... only 1 squad lead here, so at best 1 OP, and I didn't see a garrison go up. I don't see any... I didn't see any support players. I didn't look closely enough. But I don't think that this that spawn wave is going to have produced any lasting results. Yeah, Esprit is pushing in. They're going to clean this up. It's just 2 players left here. That last gap is not going to be enough. Valhalla is cleaning house here. Doing a little early spring cleaning. XYU goes down. Okay, Kaplan did spawn in there, so he did get an outpost in. Ravers is swinging around here, and not close enough to hear that outpost yet, which is going to be on the other side of this building. Valhalla sees it, takes 1, takes 2, takes the outpost, goes down, but Kaplan's down, so now it's just a matter of time before Metal and the Sad Mountain die, and this is the last of the EG players in the point. So I'm going to speed up here and zoom out, and we'll just get a sense of the battlefield here. So still a little bit of a flank going on from EG here, but that's not going to be a particularly effective angle of attack, particularly now that it's red zone. So I'm going to just keep zooming out. Okay, let's slow down here. That's a decent size element there, but open field and all that, and the number of people they're going to have to transition to their 5th point to make sure that's steady. I don't expect this angle of attack to be successful. That's a pretty tall order. I think the way you take 2 is the front door, if you're the Allies. Spree is pretty much fully established. They've got a garrison forward here. Let's see. Let's check the garrison count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 garrisons, so room for 2 more. No real Esprit presence over here yet, so we're going to have ourselves a little bit of time here where Esprit is going to have to slowly fan out. They don't really have much by way of position that's going to drop them on Bloody Bend, and that airhead was helpful in clearing out the point, but a little bit unfortunately timed if they wanted to try and chain cap or anything like that, which might be a little overly aggressive. But that would really be their way to get into Bloody Bend right now. Be a cheeky airhead. And we've got another little bit of time to wait for that cooldown before that's going to be available again. So if you're joining us late and perhaps unfamiliar with these teams, Esprit de Corps is a North American team, and EG is a Russian alliance. Stands for Eastern Group. Friendly scrim here on Purple Heart Lane Night mode. I believe, I'm not entirely positive on this, but I believe I heard someone say recently that EG's been on a bit of a winning streak. And so obviously looking like that's not going to continue today. Of course, there's still 37 minutes to play. So who knows? Looks like we've got ourselves a Stewart over here, which is doing a little T maneuver. Well, we've got a little break in any point contesting here. Let's take a look back at the RD just in case anyone missed it. EG, last I checked, and it doesn't look like it's changed much. Still pretty light on the RD defense. We got some barbed wire and a couple of buildables on that one gun, but that's about it. And zoom out. In terms of artillery defense, players or RD cops, whatever you're more familiar with the term, basically zilch. Nil. Nothing. So that has really allowed Esprit to periodically just completely dominate EG's artillery, which is really a interesting choice on Purple Heart Lane of all maps where artillery is king. And I'm seeing 2 sets of nodes at least here. They probably have the 3rd one here. They do. So they still have a... Oh, that satchel... Was it satchel goes up or just the timer on the truck? So Taka likely has a satchel class. Interesting to see that Esprit, either if they've attacked the nodes previously, they've been rebuilt. But these look like original node emplacements. So EG's been, I think it's fair to assess, has likely been at full resources the entire game. All their RD is down at this point. And let's just double check to see if Taka has the satchel class. What's he got for a rifle? He does. He's got the STG, so he might be able to take out, if he takes out, yeah, one of these node setups here. All right, well, we'll let them do that work. That's not terribly interesting to observe, although it's important work. And EG has really been pushed back here. The point, just for reference, is over where High Speed and Hitman Alex are now. Yeah, now you can see the little indicator. So EG has really been pushed out of this fight, and I would say at this point EG is probably just playing to try to get 5-0'd unless something really significant changes, like a really wildly successful airhead or something. But this is a difficult push to make. We've got an Esprit Panther over here, which is taking rounds. And let's see if we can't see where that 76 is. It's likely shooting it. There it is. Okay, 76 is successful. That's not a 76. Did that Panther just die to a medium? It sure did. It sure did. Okay, good job to Zune, Kason, and Ninzo. I'm probably butchering how you prefer to have your name pronounced. My apologies, but good job taking out a Panther and a medium. Well done. Well done. Now, of course, that's going to be difficult for the Esprit Panther to know that that's there, because that Sherman can come up pretty quickly at this point and well beyond the eyes of infantry to spot. But still, nonetheless, an achievement from that medium. Well done. That medium's capitalizing on the opportunity and moving up. Uh-oh. Did he get himself wedged? That was unwise. Can he back himself out? The people demand answers. Alright, well, we'll come back to you, bud, but should not have full sent it across that massive ditch. Because of the options available to you, that was not the one I'd recommend. Alright, they look like they're going to back out of that just fine and reset. Alright, let's take a look at the map here. Esprit is not really pushing this area, which would be the front door of Bloody Bend. They're content to sort of play down the road, and then I guess their thought is if they are successful in that, they would hook over here, and hook from this cursor here and then go over. Or maybe they're just, Esprit's garrison goes down. Looks like there's a player right on it, and we've got ourselves a tank over here. Let's take a look at what that is. Takahara going head to head with Master there. Alright, let's see if we can't find where that armor is. Alright, it's a 76 rolling up the road with its gun back at 5 o'clock there. Guessing there's some Esprit armor. Yeah, that they're worried about the Panther. That's why they got the gun back. That 76 trying to take Taka out. Interested to see this much resource applied to this area here by both teams. You know, at the moment, PG's basically got nothing, literally nothing on the strong point. What do we have over here? Let's take a look. This is a medium with a solo player in it. Who's shooting at what? Is Luke's back there that I hear? What's going on down here? Okay, long distance Luke shots from Pillbox. Look at that. Okay, they're shooting at this bridge here. They are hitting something. Interesting to sit that far back and do it, but alright, we got ourselves a precision strike coming in. Oh, that one did not land on target. That 76 is on the move. It's since taken some rounds since we pulled away from it. It is in some serious trouble here. It was an ambitious precision strike, given that it's probably pretty predictable if that 76 is on the move, given the terrain. It's not like it was up at a T position. Osmo's going to be out trying to heal. He should be able to do that successfully. There's not too much Esprit infantry in the area. I say that, he instantly dies. Okay, Thor hopped in. No, he died. Alright. Well, I would suspect that 76 should be able to prepare itself. It's got some friendly infantry coming up to support them there. They're fully out and doing a double heal. That's right there where you want P strike coming in. Esprit seems to be in pretty good control of this compound here. Obviously, it's not full control, but the weighting is pretty significant in terms of weighted towards Esprit's favor. Let's take a look at the map. They've reestablished a garrison. That is a EG bombing? What in the world? No, it's a defensive bombing run. Okay. So maybe they're marking that there was a red zone garrison there. Alright. I think that was a bit of a pull the emergency hatch move there by Esprit. A little worried that a red zone garrison was going to open up a backdoor attack. I don't know if it got the garrison. I'm not seeing a red zone garrison, so either it got it or it was called an error. I don't know. Esprit pretty content just to leave Fortress out there by his lonesome with an MG. So, oh, Valhalla's there too, okay. Yeah, they can probably hold that by themselves, 2 MGs, and they can call for help if they need it. And, yeah, there's a garrison there, so. Yeah. We hear some armor below us. Yeah, that's an Esprit Panther. Okay, yeah. Between a Panther and 2 MGs, I don't think a push is... Oh, and a Lux. Okay. Yeah, that's a well-defended flank from Esprit. Looks like they're calling in an airdrop. Try and build a garrison here to transition the attack a little bit. Oh, they already have a garrison. So maybe that's miscommunication, or that's going to be redundancy. You can see with a few stragglers left behind from EG, Esprit has pretty well cleared this town. And less than a third of the match left to play if we go full time. Which right now, I'm not seeing anything which suggests to me that Esprit is in current position to take the 5-0, short of an airhead. It's a long distance to travel and a lot of open ground to clear out in order to make it to Bloody Bend. It's a long front line, though. And EG is starting to retake the town over on the right. Esprit starts to be fanning out. Seems to be fanning out to go try and take out that spawn. And EG has recaptured this town. Does yeah, Esprit still has a garrison that they can respond in. There it is. Okay, but they're a little mismatched in terms of numbers. Esprit will need to respond to this relatively quickly. I don't think that garrison's going to survive. Valhalla all by his lonesome. Let's go take a look at the story of this garrison here. Valhalla is holding it down. He goes down. If a spawn wave doesn't come in really soon from this garrison, stays are numbered, EG's going to hold this town, and Esprit is going to have to recap it. There it is. Okay. Spawn wave came in just in the nick of time. Big spawn wave. That was a good response from Esprit, sensing they were about to lose some territory. Sony pushing through the building. I'm sure he hears the garrison at this point. Solo list takes out Cowboy. Alright. Esprit responded well to that. Sony still is a threat. If he plays his cards right and sneaks past, he could maybe get that garrison. Free the Chickens and him are close. Is Free the Chickens in the building? No, I think he's past it. Sony's got a bit of an aerial view. Takes out Free the Chickens. Okay, he's going to camp that garrison. Oh, Kiwi saves the day. Alright, what do we have coming up here? A Stewie who could one-chap that garrison, and he misses. Somewhat tragically for EG's sake. Just rolls right past it. Now, just a reminder here, this is the night mode of this game, so visibility is challenging. Even with filters, it can be hard to see, so... Alright, there the garrison gets wiped by the Greyhound, so... Spree is going to be pushed back in terms of spawns to the other side of this bridge. And that Greyhound goes down from a Free the Chickens rocket. Stewie is still alive, though. Side of the river. It's very well positioned to do some damage. And let's take a look at the map where Espree's armor. We got one tank over here, got a tank pushing, and just 2 armor pieces right now that I'm spotting on the map for Espree. There's the fuel situation. They have enough for another Panther. I'm sure that that's what will be up here momentarily. Oh no, there's the third one. There it is. It's just hiding by the garrison. We do have 3 armor crews up. Alright, well, EG successfully recaptured that town, and Duke Bridge starting to get threatened. As a result, where are the EG players? Are they just sector capping? Let me zoom out here and see what's going on. Spree has strong point control. It shouldn't be an actual threat. I think they're going to be fine. Yeah, I think that was just a little bit of sector cap. From recapturing that town, the edge of it. Yeah. It's enough to threaten it, it's not enough to take it. Especially with 4 OPs in the way and a garrison behind. And Striker's running a recon over to confirm that it is in fact just a sector cap. A little bit of a nervous moment for Espree, I'm sure, but mostly a false alarm in terms of an actual threat to the point. Nothing to be taken for granted, though, but I doubt it's going to crack the front door open right now. And that tank that was pushing down the flank died. I'm guessing that Sherman, who was sitting back in spawn with the one-man crew, probably hit it. Got some EG armor coming up the middle here. That could be a threat. There's no Spree armor really close. There's a Spree Panther over at that angle there off center screen now, which will prevent anything from coming across the bridge, although they're pretty exposed if something were to come up on the right side of the screen, say a 76 or an AT gun. And as I say that, I'm seeing muzzle flash from what looks like armor. By nothing too fancy. He's got a satchel, I'm guessing. Yeah, there is a 70. Oh no, that's a friendly for Espree. That's a Panther. Okay, we've got ourselves a little bit of a combined arm push. Okay, building a repair station. Something ricocheted. There's a 76 battling over by Boyd. Got a miss by the Espree Panther. Neither tank has penned the other. There's a first pen. The gun is not keeping up with the movement there. Is that a 2-man or something? 3-man. Not sure why the gun didn't stay on target while they were moving. But that Panther pushed up and out of cover and paid for it. Doesn't look like they got anything to pen that 76. No, they didn't. Oh, and that 76 also has a repair station. So it's possible there was a pen that I missed that we see a black mark on the top of the turret. That was a and on the 2 on the top of the turret, so 2 deflections on the turret. All right, so no damage taken to that 76. And while we've been watching that, EG is starting to continue that sector cap a little bit. Still just front door sector pressure. Nothing in the strong point. Looks like we've got a medium from EG backing off, just taking a round. Last I'd seen, there was an Espree Panther down the road. Yep, still there. I'll likely potentially get a view of that burning medium soon. Oh, and there's a 76 down the road. So EG in good position with with a medium and 276s up right now. All seem to be at full health minus the medium. So that one Panther from Espree has got to play very smart because he could get double teamed by those two 76s here. And if that Panther goes down and those 76s push up with that medium, EG could absolutely crack open the front door here. Panther's moving up. I'm sure he hears the 76 down the road. The question is, does the 76 on the right have an angle? All right, we've got a deflection by this Panther. We've got a decisive battle here. It's going to decide quite a bit. Okay, 76 takes a pen, doesn't turn fire effectively. It's backing off. Okay, he penned the Panther. You can see the sparks going. Oh, clutch play by that Panther. Okay, now the medium is sensing trouble and is backing off. And the other 76, which is over there, center screen, was not able to support in time or get an angle. Although that Panther is burning, and if he's not careful, he could back up out of cover and take a side shot on his left. And as you can see where those rounds are landing from that 76, I think that we're about to watch that happen. I think that Panther's going to go down. Oh, he stopped just in time. He's pushing forward and keeping that cover on his right. That was a dangerous moment. And of course, he's vulnerable to a side shot from this medium. But I think he's parked at the perfect angle to protect himself. Excuse me. Good situational awareness by General Jawbreaker and his crew. They've parked at the... Okay, takes a deflection, and then in the meantime, somebody... Oh, here's the AT. Zap is trying to save that tank. Okay, he fortunately tracked it, but that 75 here can only shoot the front. Oh no, they're backing up. They're going to get hit by that 76 if it's still up there. I'm not sure if I was that medium that I would be doing this. Picking a fight you probably can't win, but... Okay. Man, that Panther is in a precarious spot. Takes around, he's got to pull forward. This is a good double team effort by the EG tanks. We're going to watch that Panther die. Yep, Panther goes down. And there you go, you're going to see these EG players start to pour across the river here. And we're going to have ourselves a fight over Duke Bridge pretty soon. Alright, that medium tank is destroyed. I didn't see what got it, but I'm going to guess it was that Panther. Who is Priest, Creston, and Ares. EG has done a great job of starting to take some more territory. It's probably going to be too little too late, but we'll see. We'll see. If they can crack this open and throw down an arrowhead, I mean, time is not in their favor, but we'll see what happens. Alright, see Jimbo, who's a tanker, is playing his infantry. That is a good bombing run by EG, and I think that just took out a garrison. Alright, we've got an aggressive 76 moving up. They're moving through that open field. Panther's backing up. I doubt the Panther's aware. Well, Clownface might have seen it and called it out, but the Panther might not be aware that there's a threat coming. Well, that 76 is, I think, getting overly aggressive. Kiwi, do you have a satchel? Oh, that 76 is moving up without infantry support, and Kiwi is going to satchel it. Let's see if the satchel is on. I'm not seeing any sparks. No, Kiwi did not get the satchel on as far as I can tell, but I think he thoroughly probably spooked that 76. 76 is having a moment here. Alright, artillery coming in to respond to that 76. Kiwi's going to try again. Benvici's trying. I'm certain at this point that the Panther knows about the 76. He's pulled off to the other side of the river, and he's... Oh, I think he probably is the one who gave them some damage. He's in a nice little T position there. Rocket comes in from Vandy in the back. That 76 is paying the price for overextending. Doing everything they can to stay alive with both MGs firing kind of wildly. Another rocket comes in. We got a second 76 here pushing up. And let's see if we've got another Panther on the way from Esprit. We do. So right now, 2 armor crews up from Esprit, and EG has been able to push into the point. They are cracking the front door open and are seeing the rewards with the point starting to fall. And that is a defensive airhead from Esprit de Corps. That should tell you some of what you need to know in terms of how seriously they're taking this. This is a really good attack from EG. We've got an EG airhead coming in this open field here with 2 76s guarding it, one of them very wounded. But this is a real serious attack here. And EG is at 1/3, and Esprit's got a spawn wave in that is starting to push it back. But this is a good fight we've got here. That's some defensive smoke from artillery from EG to try and guard the airhead. And if they get a big spawn... Okay, that's a rocket that might have hit the airhead. Let's see if that airhead has survived that. There's some grenades coming in from Esprit. That airhead went down. Clutch play, whether that was the rocket or the grenade, I don't know. But that was spotted. That was snuffed out. That could have taken the cap right there. Great heads-up play to react quickly to that airhead dropping in smoke by Esprit. I will say that smoke was a little late from EG. 76 is backing off, showing its rear end down the road, and there's a Stewart coming in to help, and the other 76 is pushing up. I'm wondering if that 76 might be trying to go help clear the back end. Nothing too fancy. NG, he's probably gonna have a satchel, although that 76 is cruising 4th gear. Maybe he's going back to heal. Know that I would abandon the point if I was that tanker at this point in the game, given what's on the amount of time left on the clock. Okay, Champ just jumped out. They're trying to satchel the tank, and he did, I believe, get a satchel off, and they're going to try and double defuse. Let's see who wins. I think that they're going to defuse that. Yep, they did. Good job by that tank crew. Hilly comes up, takes out no one. Nope, he just jumped back in. Hilly's going to have a satchel, and let's see here. I think he's going to get it on. He does get it on. I don't know that they know. They lost their spotter. And that tank's days are numbered. They don't know that they've got a satchel. That was a pretty amazing play by both Champ and Hilly. That was kind of the assist by Champ. And Hilly running across the open field. That 76 is really the only thing threatening the point at this point. And the infantry bush has just been wiped out. Now 76 is going to back up into Esprit. Okay, there we go. It goes down. High Speed Hilly gets the kill. 76 is dead. That other one is... I don't know where. Lost sight of it. And maybe it got taken out. Oh, no, there it is. It's on the left. It is going all the way back to the repair station at Center HQ to heal. That's a mistake. I don't know what else to say about that. But Esprit de Corps, look at that. Just... had the point threatened, and let's zoom out quickly just to show how thoroughly that attack was shut down. And Esprit de Corps is pushing in here, retaking critical ground. I don't think that they're in any position to get that 5th point, but I'd be real surprised if this is not the ending score here at the 4-1. Take a look at the resource count here, still somewhat healthy for Esprit. And let's go take a look at what's going on with artillery. I'm not hearing the guns firing right now. Knowles is... oh, there we go. One gun's up. Second gun's up, just in between targets, maybe. Now, maybe that 76 is out of ammo. That might be what happened here, but it certainly took their time back here. These arty guns aren't going to stay up for much longer. Still, all 9 nodes up for EG in the same spot. I don't think that Esprit... I could be wrong. Find out after the match, but I don't think Esprit ever got those nodes down for EG. Still has really bare bones arty defense, really just some barbed wire, which seems woefully insufficient. Mosman likely going to place a satchel on that center node. Yep, okay, so finally some of those nodes are going to go down. Alright, let's take a look here at where things stand. Pretty much where we left them. And just checking the map, seeing none of the outposts for Esprit de Corps threatened. They've done a pretty good job of keeping their guns up the whole time, and here that 76 is rolling back into the fight. Let's take a look at the map. We've got one Panther from Esprit up right now, and a Luke's, which is going to try and send it into the point. So let's see, that Panther is right there, center screen, so we're going to have ourselves a heavy fight here coming up in a moment. That 76 is rolled right past infantry, so he's going to be called out. He's going to take a round right here. Yep, that was a hull shot. And 76 returns fire, but as long as 3 doesn't miss, and he does not miss, that 76 is gone. Good team effort there from Esprit between the call out and the execution, and Jimbo's going to heal that tank up, and they're going to be back in the fight momentarily. And something took out that Luke's. I was going to go check it out, but sadly, he's probably going to play the rest of his game as... they're going to play the rest of their game as infantry. So just a minute and a half left to start the cap for the bare bones last-ditch effort, if you can. This takes 2 minutes for each cap, and they've got to EG's got to take 2 caps to win. So they've got not a lot of time left to make something happen, and I wouldn't bet on it at this point, especially with that 76 going down. All right, Panthers moving up. Not seeing a real strategic or any realignment of resources here from Esprit's side, so they're just, I think, content to hold this bridge and play for the 4-1 at this point. And I think realistically, that's probably what's achievable. It's a very, very long way to go from Tooth Bridge to Bloody Bend. Now, they're still clearly applying some resources here to not give it to him for free, but I don't think they're seriously trying to get a push. It's a very difficult point to take in a comp setting. It's just, as you can see, trying to get across these open fields. It's just good luck. And that defensive airhead came in not that long ago, so there were not like I didn't timestamp the time, but I don't think we're going to see another airhead from either team at this point. I doubt the time or the resources exist. Cell gets taken out. PG Flare is up. Rocket trying to take out the spawn, which I think is behind the tank husk, so it survives. Tank carcass, yep. Is is indeed. That destroyed tank is really helpful for Esprit infantry to use as cover midway across the bridge there. Esprit infantry, the devastating strike. Infantry, artillery, excuse me. That artillery is pretty well dialed. We could watch a spawn be destroyed here. Teddy Johnson is a tanker up there with Thompson. I don't know what's going on there. His tank crew's not around. I don't know why he wouldn't just form an infantry squad. No idea. No idea. Excuse me. Got a little cough here. We've got a P strike coming in. Let's see what that was targeting there. I don't see a large explosion, so I'm guessing whatever it was going for, it missed. Oh, there it is. So that's 76, which is on the move. Okay. Did indeed miss by a wide margin. Oh, we got ourselves a tank fight here. Looks like the 76 got a first round hit on the Panther, and the Panther missed its return shot. So, Panther... Oh, okay. Well, if that 76 had hit Hull, it would have won that fight. And it doesn't back up in time. A misplay and a missed opportunity by that 76, and a good response coupled with some good timing there for the Panther. Stays alive. It's a dangerous moment. Got ourselves an offensive bombing run coming in, hitting nothing that I can see. Maybe a garrison was targeting, but I missed that, but not much by way of kills. Well, folks, wasn't paying close enough attention to the clock. We passed the GG point here a couple minutes ago. But we're going to have ourselves a 4-1 here. And just a last look at the map. That Panther goes down to something. Not sure what took it out. EG, just for pride's sake, is starting to put a little cap pressure on the fourth point here, but or both their second point. But not enough time left, and even if they did, it would still the end result would be the same. So good game to both teams here. Well played. Some good armor and infantry coordination from Esprit, and some really good armor coordination from EG here not that long ago with those 276s and that medium working together. Really good map control from Esprit for the vast majority of the game. Responded well to a dangerous push by EG, and EG made a pretty good attempt there to get that point back. It unfortunately fell short. I think that airhead going down, coupled with that tank retreating and the other tank getting destroyed, just wasn't going to happen. But there we go. Clock's running out, and that's going to be game. So thanks for watching. This is my first time casting a 49v49, so hope it was enjoyable to watch. And yeah, let's take a look here at the scores here, and I'll just go and give Striker a command. So let's see, on the Esprit side, we've got, well, I'll just let you check it out. That is what it is. Really good game by Raber's crew. Really good game. And Crowd's crew. Oof, that's some good combat effectiveness. Let's take a look at the other side here. Oh, we'll come back to that in a moment. Well, from my understanding, Eastern Group had been on a bit of a winning streak, and so I'm sure this comes as a disappointment to lose. Not fun. All right, let's take a look here. The scores on EG's side. Looks like their tank crews split up at the end there, so we're not going to see the full combat effectiveness of the crews. Cosmo's crew had a good game though, at least by the score. Score isn't everything, of course, but yeah, there you go. Commanding win by Esprit de Corps, decisive win. Well, folks, we'll call it there. Thanks for tuning in, and glad to have you on the stream. I hope to see you back next time I get the opportunity to cast. Thanks for watching.